Welcome to The Explainer. We all think about the future, but have you ever stopped to wonder how we actually build it? Today, we're going to look at 3 different ways we do just that. We'll start with the personal words we use to shape our own dreams, then zoom out to the big actions we take together as a community. And finally, we'll try to understand the generation that's building the next future.
So, let's start with you. Seriously, think about a goal you have, something you really, really want. How do you describe it? What words pop into your head when you talk about it, even just to yourself? Go on, take a second. Because it turns out the way you answer that question, well, that might just be the most important first step you can take.
Because it all begins right here, with language. Before you can build anything, you have to have the idea, right? And to make an idea feel real, you first have to put it into words. Give it a name, give it some shape. And the English language has this whole toolkit of phrases that are perfect for turning a fuzzy wish into a solid plan. Okay, so take a phrase like, I plan to. This is more than just a daydream, isn't it? It's a real statement of intent. You might not have the tickets booked, but in your head, the decision is made. Someday keeps it flexible, sure, but that word plan, that gives the goal a real foundation. But what about those really big, far-off goals? Well, that's where a phrase like I hope to comes in. It just carries a different kind of weight. It expresses a huge ambition, one that's going to take a ton of work, a lot of dedication, maybe even a little bit of luck. It's like you're acknowledging how big the dream is, but you're still pointing yourself right at it. And then you've got the really direct approach. The moment you say something like, one of my goals is, you're basically drawing a line in the sand. It's not a wish anymore, it's an objective. You've literally just turned your aspiration into a project. Of course, it's not all just about making plans. It's also about how you feel about them. And there's a whole spectrum of excitement here. Saying, I'm looking forward to the weekend has this nice, calm, happy feeling, right? But when you say, I can't wait for my vacation to start, that's a whole other level. It's this urgent, bubbling over energy for something you wish was happening, like right now.
So, all these phrases are fantastic for shaping our own individual lives. But some goals, they're just too big for one person. To build a future that helps everybody, to tackle those massive shared challenges, we have to make this really important shift in how we think. We have to move from I to we.
Let's think about a really simple but powerful example. Recycling. We all know what it is, right? You take old stuff, turn it into new stuff. But its real power isn't in the definition. It's in the fact that we all do it together. It's the perfect model for how millions of tiny individual choices can add up to this huge positive change for everyone. And just look at the power of that collective we. It's incredible. The benefits go way beyond just having a little less trash. When all those small actions ripple out, we're suddenly saving energy, cutting down on harmful emissions, creating jobs in our communities, and protecting entire ecosystems. This is exactly what it looks like when our shared actions create a better shared future. Okay, so we've got our personal language, and we've got our collective actions. But there's a third piece to this puzzle of building the future, actually understanding the people who are creating the next one. And that brings us to this huge, very modern question about the next generation.
And here's the question. This is the one that so many adults are asking. With teens spending so much time on their phones and online, is technology the smoking gun, the obvious cause for the rise we're seeing in mental health issues? It kind of seems like it should be, right?
So a smoking gun is that one piece of evidence that just proves something, no doubt about it. And for years, people have been looking for that smoking gun to link tech and teen mental health. But here's the thing. A massive study looking at over 400,000 teenagers found basically no evidence of it. So if technology isn't the big bad villain we assumed it was, what in the world is actually going on? 6.5 hours. That's the average amount of time a British teenager spends looking at a screen every single day. So, hold on. If there's no clear evidence of major harm, but screen time is that high, what are we missing? How can both of those things be true at the same time?
Well, maybe the researchers were asking the wrong question all along. What if the real story here isn't about harm? What if it's about something totally different? What if it's about savvy? A new kind of practical smarts for a new kind of world.
Yeah, to be savvy just means you have this practical, real-world understanding of how something works. And it turns out a lot of teens are way more savvy about their tech than we give them credit for. They're aware that apps are often designed for addiction. And they're actually using tools like app blockers and screen timers to manage their own digital lives. They're not just passive victims, they're active managers.
And this all leads to this really important idea of the digital native. This is someone who didn't have to learn technology. They just grew up with it, like the air they breathe. For them, it's not some strange new thing. It's their native language. And that fluency, that comfort, lets them use these tools skillfully. And as the research suggests, often for their own benefit, not just their own good.
So let's bring it all back together. Building the future isn't just one thing. It's happening on all these different levels at once. It starts with us, personally, using language to give our own dreams a real shape. It grows into the collective things we do together, like recycling, to take care of the world we all live in. And it means looking ahead and recognizing the smarts, the savviness of the digital natives who are already laying the groundwork for whatever comes next. So whether it's just finding the right words for a goal, or committing to one small shared action, or even just changing how you think about the next generation, the power to build the future, it's right there. The only real question left is, what one action will you take to build the future that you imagine?